All right, back with a Fox News alert. So the travel ban that President Trump tried to put in place, there's news on it tonight, but is it good or is it bad? It kind of depends on who you ask. So here now to explain it all, Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst. So, we've been going through everything that's been coming across.
We had a decision from the Supreme Court of the United States 30 minutes ago, so I got to give you a little bit of background.
Yeah.
This is the second executive order, which was interfered with by a Hawaii federal judge and then by the Ninth Circuit. And then the Supreme Court said, we're going to keep the travel ban in place except for people from the 6 countries that the president wants to bar who have, quote, bona fide relationships, closed quote, with Americans. Justices Thomas, Alito, and Gorsuch said, wait a minute, guys, who are we to rewrite the president's executive order? And what does bona fide relationship mean? Well, the DHS interpreted bona fide relationship to mean that much, and a federal judge in Hawaii interpreted bona fide relationship to mean that much, and the Ninth Circuit increased it even more, and today the Supreme Court shrunk it down to that. Bottom line...
Why do they keep ruling on it? I mean, why don't they just leave it alone until the Supreme Court in October, as you say, is going to decide whether or not it can be upheld, whether or not it's constitutional?
Because there are people trying to come to the United States through Hawaii and the state of Washington, whose attorney generals have taken the lead in being adversaries against the Trump administration. And those states are trying to help those people get in the country by unique and creative interpretations of what the Supreme Court has done. So the decision tonight, which is unsigned and we don't know what the vote is, let's stay in place the whole that the Supreme Court wrote in the president's executive order, which was expanded by the Hawaii federal judge to include relationships like a job offer or a college admission. It doesn't have to be a blood relative.
So if you are from one of those countries, say you're from Syria,
right,
and you want to come here to study and you have relatives here, you're okay?
Yes. If you have a job offer here, you're okay. If you have an offer to give a speech here, you're okay. If you have an offer of admission to any...
You have an offer to come give a speech here?
At a university, yes.
Okay.
That's part of the exception to the ban crafted by the judicial branch of the government. So is this a win for the president or a setback? I think the president is being very patient here because he knows all of this is going to be before the Supreme Court on October 10th. And all this preliminary skirmishing will be just a footnote for history once the Supreme Court rules with certainty and with finality.
In October, they're going to...
Well, they're going to hear the argument in October.
Yeah.
We expect a ruling before Christmas.
Very good.
The ban will be nearly a year old at that point in time.
It was the first thing he did.
One of the first things he did.
After January 20th. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Everyone understand that at home? All right, good. Stay tuned for more. Thank you, Judge.